All right, Litecoin. Okay, so looking back at this, I haven't looked at this in a few days. You can see this is the area that we were trying to break here. This little 81.50 here. Mark this in here. Perfect. Okay, so it's still struggling, but you can see, hit this area originally, 81.5, and obviously prices, it is bearish. It is below this moving average. And you can see it actually kind of broke this perfectly with these huge two bearish candles, and now it's looking to break the next zone. So after these huge candles, it's pulled, it hit this 81.5 zone, pulled back up, found this area of resistance, and now struggling to break it. You got this, and then you got this little mini area it created, and then it broke that with this huge bearish candle. Now it's retesting this 81.5 area again. You can see that there's you had all these nice wicks before, and now you got this big bear candle that closed further than it's ever closed. So, and then you got today's pullback candle here, pulling out of this zone tiny bit, but now pulling back and rejecting. So I do think this is going to break 81.50 today, and I do think that there's an excellent opportunity here to short this relatively soon. So I drew this out, and it's kind of played out pretty on par. So delete this. I do think you're good to short this, guys. I think after yesterday's super bearish candle, I think it's just kind of floating right on top of this 81.5 zone, and will be broken soon. The only thing, if you wanted to wait for price to break one of these low candles, you could wait for that. You can see it's kind of already starting. We just got a fresh 4-hour candle, so there's 3 hours and 50 minutes left on that, so we'll see what that candle does, but I would say you're probably pretty good to short this now. You did have heavy rejection on this 81.50 zone before, but now it seems to be a little bit less, or like it seems like it wants to, it seems like it wants to push through more. Like, you just see this massive candle into it. You can see you have nice bearish structure also into this. You got lower highs, lower lows, so I'd be really comfortable with that. I'd be comfortable shorting this now. I think it's going to eventually break this 81.50 level, most likely today, and as some more liquidity comes into the market, it will most likely do so. And then your immediate target is, it's got some big areas. I'm going to delete this major area here because this area here, like, I think it's going to break lower. I don't know how much more, just because there is such significant resistance here, but this is old, so we'll delete that for now. We'll look for the monthly range. I believe on this is, this says 32 bucks, but yeah, at 20 to 40, so we'll keep this in mind. This is $32 in range here, which might be, from $95, which would be our monthly high. Then 63 would be our monthly low. Price could hit that potentially this month, but it might be a bit of a stretch. I would target maybe this one first, this little area here, right at 72 bucks kind of thing, and then that would put us at $23 worth of range for the month, and I kind of like that a little bit. I think August is a slower month. I think most of these summer months are, so this would probably be my first target here, and I think you could actually take it now, just based on the structure on this 4-hour. Price is way below this 4-hour moving average as well. It's below the 1 hour. I'm going to take this trade. There's just too many things that, this is lining up real good. So if you want to just even a little bit more confirmation, just wait for this structure to change, because you can see you had this huge candle pull into the zone. Now it's pulled up a bit. Maybe just wait for price to break kind of this area here. If you want it to break below 81, let a 1 hour close, 1 hour candle close below 81.72, and you should be great to go. I would say you're great to go now, but if you want to make sure the momentum's really in your favor, then you can wait. It's below on the 30-minute moving average. It's below on the 15-minute moving average. So yeah, I would be really happy with that short, and I mean we can adjust this. So, but if you wanted to wait for it to come back up to this area, which I don't think it really will, at 84.11. You know, if you could get in on that price, great. You can always sell now and then sell more up here, which is probably what I would do. But as far as looking for an entry here, if we wanted to set up a, I would set my stops. If I was to use a stop loss, I would set it above this area. But I mean, if you wanted to tighten it a bit more, we could. I see a little area here forming. You can see that there's 3 candles in this area already, and you can see it kind of, this area would have respected this area falls into the same area here too. So yeah, I like this a lot. I think if you wanted to, I mean, this might be, if you put your stop above this area, that might be a little tight because this could pull back. I mean, it did make a new low kind of thing on this segment here, so it might pull back and you know, into this area here, like it might pull up. You know, price could pull back up to here, so I would probably keep my stop above these areas here, maybe above all these previous wicks, if I was to use a stop loss, which I don't know if you really need one for this. It just depends on your position, your type of trading, some other factors. But I would keep my stop. If I was to use a stop loss, I would keep it above both these areas, just because we don't know a couple things. We don't know how, this one's pretty fresh, so this could be the new short selling liquidity area, which used to be, you know, this area and then this area, but we don't know that for sure. We don't know if this is going to hold, so price could break through this, and it could break through this little one as well. I don't think it would break through this one, and then if it did, it would most likely would just go to 84 bucks, you know, 84.10 here in this main area. I would not see it going much higher. So I mean, you could put your stop, even if you wanted to put it above these kind of wicks here, those previous wicks, just to be safe, kind of almost like mid zone. You know, this would be your trade position. So this would be a very conservative but high probable trade setup. You're looking at it between a 4 and a 5 risk to reward. I think you're great at targeting 72 bucks here, kind of mid zone here. So you're looking at, yeah, 4 to 5 risk to reward for Litecoin here. I think you could take the entry now, and you can take it between now and, you know, anything between 82 bucks basically and $84. I think you could take, as long as price keeps respecting everything. I don't think it's going to come back up that high, but if it does, sell it then, and if it doesn't, sell it now. So that is Litecoin.